What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the studio. So, a couple days ago, we got some story lore, some gameplay. Well, I want to say story lore because they didn't really give us much about the characters, but we did get an overview of Elden Ring Nightreign, each character's class and what they can do. Not just that, they're giving us pretty much what the game is all about. So today, we got a 10-minute trailer. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna watch it, then we're gonna you know how I do. Like I did with the marathon video, we're gonna do the same thing with this video as well. But before we get into that, let me read off the description of Elden Ring Nightreign. It's an upcoming cooperative action roguelike game developed by FromSoftware, the guys that gave us Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, the upcoming Dust Blood. Some people calling that Bloodborne 2, just to make the Bloodborne fans mad, which is kind of funny. But and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Set to release on May 30th, which is like 2-3 weeks from now, 2025 for PlayStation 4. Wait, it's gonna be on PS4. The fuck? PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox C, all the consoles pretty much, except for Switch. It serves as a standalone spin-off from the original Elden Ring universe. So it's not connected to the main story, but it is part of the Elden Ring universe. But it's not like canon. It's its own thing, pretty much. So in a way, if you've seen the Dust Blood trailers that came out a couple weeks ago for the Nintendo Switch Direct, for the Switch 2 Direct, it's, to me, it's kind of somewhat the same thing, except it's more of a team-based type thing. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna watch the trailer, and you form your own opinion on it. Are you gonna get it at the end of the month, or are you gonna skip over it? So let's go ahead, let's get into this trailer, shall we?
Elden Ring Nightreign is a co-op survival action game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players. You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days.
Okay, so I guess I was partially, I guess I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. So you get 3 days. It's a survival. So you and your crew got to survive 3 days or 3 nights, because she's saying y'all gonna be fighting over a vast amount of nights or something like that. So, but it's still a team based game from what I'm seeing though. But that seems like it's gonna be pretty dope. To you got 3 nights and all that kind of stuff. But I guess she's about to go over where the map is and all that kind of stuff. So
Once a country that thrived thanks to the power of gods, Limveld is now nearing its end, gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land. You will be deployed to Limveld to hunt the Night Lords as a level 1 character. In your current state, you won't stand a chance against that type of overwhelming power. You must gain the strength to survive.
I don't think you're gonna survive by yourself if you level 100. I mean, shit, it's fucking Elden Ring. It's a From Software game. It's gonna be difficult regardless if you level 1 or level. Well, it depends on who's in your squad. And knowing the folks that I'm gonna be playing with, yeah, a whole lot of bullshit gonna be going down for sure.
By moving swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls. You can choose to hunt enemies and level up. Search for treasures, weapons, and items. Infiltrate bases guarded by soldiers to gather information from hidden operational maps. Or challenge powerful enemies, wandering the land and lurking in heavily infested fortresses to obtain equally powerful rewards. Whether you choose to move together or divide and conquer, your character's skills, playstyle, and traits should guide your priorities. The layout of Limveld will change each time you visit. With every expedition, bases, types of enemies, chest rewards, and other features of the field will fluctuate.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's real cool. So you're not gonna be you're not gonna be in the same map every game. Something's gonna change. So it's gonna be fresh. It's gonna be something new. So if you thought that you had a game plan going, nah. They gonna be all like, yeah, you thought you had a plan, but here's a new map. Come up with a new one. So yeah, I like that. It's surprising. It's what was it called? The word I forgot what word I was looking for. It's at the tip of my tongue. It's gonna be surprising. It's gonna be fresh. You know, it's something I'm gonna be looking forward to. That means you're not gonna be fighting the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know, something fresh and new. So maybe later, so they might be adding DLC to this game later on down the line, or add-ons. I could see it. You know, new maps. Like for example, I forgot what the underground place was called in Elden Ring, but that might be a map. You know, where you fought Mog at, you know, that little lava. Like I said, all the underground, I kind of forgot the name of it. But, you know, bits and pieces of that area, that map, weren't always the same. So it'd be like you have a map that's kind of like where Mog was at. You have a map where, you see the starry sky and all that kind of stuff. I tend to forget the name of the place, but you have a map like that. Then, of course, I thought this was Limb Grave, but no, it's not Limb Grave. It's something like that, but I'm like, it kind of looks like Elden Ring, don't it? But, maps gonna change over time, so that I think is pretty dope.
Sometimes your exploration may be interrupted by enemy ambushes. So you may encounter unpredictable events, like sudden meteor strikes. Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava, or dark forests shrouded with corruption that rots anyone who dares explore it.
I guess she beat me. I guess I should have watched the video further in, because pretty much answered my question right then and there. We're going to have different types of maps. Okay, cool. I'm all for it. Like I said, I'm all for it. As long as we ain't in the same map over and over and over and fighting the same enemies over and over and over again, I'm fine with that.
In this constantly shifting world, you will face new choices as the battlefield evolves with each expedition. Evaluate every situation. Use your skills to fight back and survive through the night. As darkness blankets Limveld, the night's tide will begin to cover the field, narrowing your range of traversal. And as night falls, you will be driven towards an unavoidable confrontation. A harsh battle ensues as various powerful enemies arrive. Some of your allies may fall before their mighty attacks, but this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if you...
Oh yeah, they making sure that these bosses we fighting, they looking epic as fuck. Like, I ain't gonna cap, that one that just used like a little hold on, let me rewind it. The one that right here. So, hey, hold on. The one right about here. This guy right here doing all that. Oh, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Well, for me, it's going to be a problem. For everybody else, they're going to be all like, get good, rookie. But that was pretty badass. I ain't going to lie. But
this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if you attack them using your skills and weapons. You can also rescue them from afar using tools like bows or magic.
So all I gotta do is come up there and slap my partner upside the head, and that will save him? All I gotta do is just swing at him? What? I thought they would have gave us something like, how like in other games where you like, they give you like a syringe to make the person, give them their health back and all that stuff. That I thought that's what we was gonna do. Nah, man, they said no, you gotta go over there and swing on them real quick. That's funny. That is hilarious.
These battles are tough, but don't give up. Use all the powers you have gathered in Limveld to survive and overcome. Eight Nightfarers assembled to defeat the Night Lord. Each Nightfarer possessed...
Now I only count 7. I only count 7. Hold on. Let me double check. Maybe my math is off. I'm pretty sure. 1. Okay, we're gonna have to do this like Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe the 8th person might be like, one of the characters from the actual Elden Ring game. Like they're holding that off until we get close to release date. And they could be all like, here's Radahan or here's Melania. You get, yeah, we're gonna add all the Elden Ring characters in the game as well, so you can play them. And they probably gonna be DLC, which is gonna suck, but you're gonna have to pay for them. But I feel like I'm like, because when she said 8, I'm like, I only see 7. They might be holding off on somebody. So I'm holding off on it right now. Or unless they make a whole brand new character, then I'm like, okay, whatever. But you can say I'm wrong in the comments. I'll be all right. But I think that's what they might do. I think they should do that though. Cause I mean, like, who don't want to play as Melania? You know, who don't want to play as Radahan and his little tiny horse? Like, come on now, that'd be pretty dope, honestly. Play Mog or a homeboy at the beginning that was pissing everybody off. I forgot his name on purpose because fuck him and everything he believes in. But matter of fact, fuck all the bosses in Elden Ring and what they believe in.
To defeat the Night Lord, each Nightfarer possesses different weapons and unique passive abilities, skills, and ultimate arts. Wilder, a knight proficient in a wide range of melee weapons, can throw grappling hooks to pull enemies or swiftly close distances. You can also launch explosive iron spikes that deal a powerful blow to any enemy. Guardian, a warrior equipped with a massive shield, excels in defense.
Is that Bird Person? I think that's Bird Person. I'm pretty sure that's Bird Person from Rick and Morty. I'm gonna call him that. I mean, he has a name. His name is Guardian, but I'm calling him Bird Person because why not?
Their skill, Whirlwind, can lift enemies off their feet and deflect arrows. Their art, Wings of Salvation, repels approaching enemies and deploys a magic circle to save allies from dire situations. Eye, an archer who never misses a foe's weakness, controls enemies from a distance. His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy, greatly disrupting their poise and creating openings to exploit. His art, Single Shot, fires a supersonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape. Duchess, a virtuous thief with quick reflexes, uses her cunning to confuse enemies. After attacking, she can use the skill Restage to reenact what just happened and deal damage again. Her art, Finale, hides her and nearby allies from the enemy's view, giving them a chance to adjust their positions or create an ambush. Raider, a seafarer who is resilient and unyielding in battle, doesn't flinch at minor attacks, and rampages through enemies. His skill, Retaliate, strikes back with a powerful blow that cannot be interrupted by enemy attacks. His art, Totem Stellar, summons a colossal gravestone that serves as an attack to dispel enemies, acts as a wall to block projectiles, and amplifies the strength of allies through its protective aura. Recluse, a wielder of ancient magic, collects the elemental attributes attached to enemies and allies to produce different types of powerful magic, such as lightning-based or fire-based spells. Her art, Soul Blood Song, can also brand foes with an archaic glyph of blood that allows allies to recover health and magic by attacking them. By mastering the style, skill, and ultimate arts of these Nightfarers, you may be able to survive and defeat the night. The Hidden Round Table Hold serves as a base for Nightfarers preparing for battle in Limveld. Relics recovered from expeditions can enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment. Relics have a diverse assortment of effects, ranging from increasing stats to altering the performance of skills. Different relic combinations can alter your gameplay experience, so try out different approaches and see what suits you best for the journey ahead. In a corner of the back room, a small jar merchant operates a bazaar selling various goods. Once you accumulate the currency Merc, earned as battle rewards, it might be worth checking what's on sale. Using the fitting mirror, you can unlock new costumes with Merc, and change your appearance. These outfits allow you to change your Nightfarer's style to suit your tastes. Some costumes.
Now, here's the thing that some people had an issue with. I seen a lot of people want to create their own character and actually go through the game. They thought that they would be able to use their characters from Elden Ring and bring them over and play like that. And honestly, I understand where they're coming from on this, because I would want to use my character that I made, that I played with for like damn near almost 300 hours with. And why not? So, they want to play with characters that they're familiar with all their friends. Like, to be 100 with you, I do agree with a lot of the FromSoftware fans when they sit up and say like this could have been like a DLC patch for multiplayer for Elden Ring. Like, they didn't have to make a whole separate game and all that. And like, I do agree with them to a certain extent. I mean, like, yeah, that's true. I do wholeheartedly agree. But I'm like, they wanted to make a whole separate game for some reason. I don't know why. And on top of that too, with them dropping Dustblood next year, I'm like, Dustblood is pretty much this game just on Switch 2. In a way, because this game doesn't have PvP, VE. This one just has PvE, because you don't get to fight your own teammates or anything like that. With Dustblood, on the other hand, is you do get to fight other players, plus the environment that's already given to you. So it's kind of like, don't want to play, you want to fight your teammates, then yeah, Dustblood's your game. But if you don't want to fight your teammates, you want to have a team and fight up against bosses and the map that we put y'all in, then also you got Nightreign. So, and also too, Nightreign's on everything except for the Switch, but the Switch got Dustbloods because they didn't get Nightreign. So I guess that's the way. I guess that's FromSoftware's way of saying that here's two games that's coming out. Everybody gets to enjoy these hard ass games we be putting out. So everybody gets to suffer as a team or something. I don't know. Like, this is not stuff I've read on the internet. This is just me assuming. This is me just taking wild guesses, ladies and gentlemen. So don't take it as the gospel. You know what I'm saying?
Might even look familiar. As you battle against the night, fragments of your lost memories may return, giving you glimpses of who you once were. By recovering these fragments of lost memory, you can fill in the blanks of your Nightfarer's blurred recollections. In these memories, conversations with other Nightfarers or residents of the Round Table Hold might reveal new objectives. Achieving these goals during adventures in Limveld will help unravel the past, revealing each Nightfarer's origins and purposes. See why they have come together at this Round Table Hold, and why they fight. The Night Lords are the ultimate threat, waiting for players on the third day in Limveld. The Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them and save this land from total obliteration. Battling a Night Lord, a being that boasts overwhelming attack power and toughness, will be more challenging than anything faced in Limveld. However,
so now this is where you and your team really need to get along. Like, I suggest people play this game with somebody they know. Get you a group of people that you know you can bullshit around with, because if you get into this game with a bunch of randos, best believe one of them is going to be taking the game way too serious. You're going to have somebody in the group that's going to be like, hey man, I ain't trying to sweat, man. I'm just trying to play the game, bro. So if I get this game, that means that, okay, he has people to play with, all that kind of stuff. I think that's where the downside is. I don't think people want to get this game and play with a bunch of randos. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I understand where some software fans are coming from, saying that, oh, they don't like the way that FromSoftware is going, like the direction they're going with their games. And Miyazaki came out and said it himself that this is not the direction that they're going. They're just trying something new, which is not a bad thing, because if they were to drop another game now, somebody out there gonna be all like, oh, they dropped another Dark Souls type game. Like, for example, Elden Ring, when it came out, a lot of them were saying that Elden Ring is just Dark Souls with a jump button, which they're not. I mean, to be honest with you, they're not wrong in my opinion, but I still have fun with the game regardless though. And if they were to drop another game that's kind of like Elden Ring, hard and all that kind of stuff like they usually make it, some of the gamers out there, because a lot of gamers are finicky, a lot of them are fickle also, and they're quick to judge a game without even trying it. So with this kind of game, I can understand where they're coming from, but Miyazaki said it himself that they're just trying something new out. I feel like if these two games don't work out for them, they probably be like, hey, we tried it, didn't work out, we're just gonna have to move forward with something else, which is not a bad thing, like I said. But I see people already jumping the gun saying that this is a bad direction, all that kind of stuff. For the first time ever, I'm not usually the type of person that says, let them cook, but let them cook, bro. I don't think it's that deep. Not every game that comes out you have to play, or you just got to be out like, I got to go have it. There's a lot of FromSoftware games I have not played yet. Elden Ring is my very first one, to be honest with you. And I'm about to play Sekiro, because Sekiro has gained my attention, to be honest with you. And then on top of that, too, I really do want to go play Bloodborne, but my little brother's in the middle of playing it right now. So other than that, I'm like, not every game that comes out is going to be appealing to you. So that's just logic. Like, some gamers just need to be real with themselves and be out like, yeah, this is coming from my favorite developer, but this is not a game that I would say that I will pick up and play, or at least spend 5 hours on. Like, just be real with yourself. Like, you don't have to bash every game that comes out. Like, you can just sit up and say, nah, this ain't for me, bro, and just keep it moving. But I feel like a lot of people just feel like, oh, I give them money, so I gotta, shit on it. Every game that comes out that they make gotta be up my alley. I'm like, some days it's not like that, sadly. Welcome to the real world, I guess.
There are ways to resist this threat. By carefully navigating Limbo, acquiring more powerful tools and weapons with attributes effective against each Night Lord, discovering relics, and growing as a fighter through experience and observation, victory against the Night Lord will be within reach. Set forth on this thrilling and fast-paced adventure, filled with danger and achievement. Dare to stand together against the fall of night.
Well, that's Elden Ring Nightreign for you. But like I said before the end of the video, to each his own. People like what they like. If you're not a fan, if you're a fan of FromSoftware but you ain't a fan of that, that's understandable. Oh, it is coming out on PS4. But if you're not a fan of it, that's fine. That's cool. I mean, like I said, not everything they're gonna put out is gonna be for the fan, like for everybody. I was about to say not for the fans, but it's not gonna be for everybody. I know y'all want every game they put out to be tailor made just for you and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, that's just not how it works. Now, like I said, if you get this game, hopefully that you got people to play with, because I highly doubt y'all want to jump into this game with a bunch of randos, and some people are gonna be sweating on the game, some people ain't gonna take it serious and all that kind of stuff. Some people gonna be all like, oh, I'm just on the game trying to unwind from my long work day and yada yada yada. Y'all know how this goes. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna give the game a chance, but I might have to borrow it for somebody. I don't know. Like, it looks fun, but the only way I will purchase this game, drop a whole $60-$70 on the game, is if I got friends to play it. And right now it's starting to look like that they don't want to play it, because they're on that bandwagon of they don't like the direction that FromSoftware is going, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, regardless of if they're good or bad. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Vote with your wallet, like most people say. But other than that, guys, that is all I got for y'all today. I'm 50-50 with this game, like I am 50-50 with the last game I did a reaction on, a live reaction, or whatever you want to call it. It's whatever YouTubers are calling these types of videos nowadays. But I'm kind of 50-50 with this game. I'm all for the not competitive, but the cooperative type gameplay and all that kind of stuff as a team and all that. But like I said, do you want to play with a bunch of randos, or can you find enough people to play with you? And especially if you're an adult and you got a job and you actually have a life outside of gaming, it's kind of hard, because everybody's time is on different. And not just that, people, I work nights. Some of my friends don't work nights. Some of my friends work mornings. It's going to be hard. But other than that, the game looks fun. Honestly, it really does look fun. I know a lot of content creators are going to be making a lot of content out of this. Like, a lot of funny moments is going to be made out of this game too. So that is the one thing I will say is a W for this game, is a lot of content creators are going to be able to make really, really funny ass content out of this, having a good time. I think that's what this game is really for. Just, I wouldn't say for content creators, but like just to have fun with your friends and all that kind of stuff. I don't think FromSoftware really wanted us to take this game as serious as we took Elden Ring. But there is going to be lore. There's going to be lore for each character, maybe lore for bosses, maybe lore for, the overarching game. Because, FromSoftware is known to be having some really deep lore, very interesting lore. So a lot of YouTubers are going to have some fun trying to pick and weed out all the lore from the game as well. So, but other than that, guys, like I said, that's all I got for y'all today. So like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family that love them some Elden Ring. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Please take care of yourselves. Peace.